Welcome back to Pawn Life, where I'm here to answer a few questions that some people asked me. They asked me if I was ever scared at working at all these pawn shops I worked at. Well, most pawn shops are relatively pretty safe. Your stuff's secure. You don't really have anything to worry about. We're insured. I mean, there's really nothing to be worried about when you go to a pawn shop. Almost every single pawn shop I've been to is friendly people, and it's always a safe environment. It's safer there than most places you go to. It's probably safer than Walmart. Only time I've ever been scared is probably a time working in a shop, walked in back, and like I said before in another episode, you try to keep your merchandise clean. You go out back in the dark corner, you redeeming their merchandise, bringing it back to them, and then you start digging in some cubby hole and you find this, say like a jigsaw box. You get it out and it's like just covered with cobwebs, like come out of somebody's tool shed. I'm thinking, oh man, I'm gonna get bit by some black widow in this in this cubby hole or something in the dark, and not be able to make it home to see my kids. You don't, just psyching myself up, and it's just one thing. I hate spiders. I get back up front. We always open up the merchandise, show everybody how the merchandise is the same stuff they brought in, that it's all there. I proceed to open up this jigsaw box. And it's so, as soon as I try to reach for that cord, it's all nice and tied up, pulling out that box. Bam! I swear to God, it's the size of a rat. This big old spider just lunged at my hand and tried to just attack me. I probably said every cuss word in the world, grabbed my heart. Lady jumped back. Guy finally just slaps it off the counter with the newspaper, started stomping up and down on it. And I started apologizing. That lady said, you did right. He ain't dead yet. And that guy stomped on it some more. Man, I thought I was about to die, It's just, I tried so hard not to cuss, but I swear that thing was bigger than a mouse or a rat. He's just coming at me. That's why you want to keep stuff clean, so, it's not to scare a person. And I see this kind of stuff all the time, and things like that happen to me, and then you psych yourself out. Some young guys come in, kids, bring in this big old tuba, try to think positive. I'm going to give them the best they can, make them happy, let them get a loan, they come back and get it, I'm like, I don't know. I was just sitting there looking at it, trying to figure out how much they want to borrow or they need. And, I'm trying to say, hey, let me look down inside this thing and see how clean it is. And think, oh man, there's going to be a spider in there. And as soon as I look in, bam, this big old thing. I screamed. I said, oh God. And I said every cuss word again. And oh man, I was grabbing my heart, just holding that thing. And the lady yelled, said, what is it? What is it? I said, it's a cat. Down underneath that, inside that tube up in that edge, was this cat just curled back. And as soon as I stuck my head down in there, it just lunged up at me. This little kitten. And it's like, what? And so the young couple started looking at it and said, oh, that's where our cat was. It's been missing this whole time. So it's like, once again, keep your stuff clean and check this stuff out, because I don't want any surprises. You sure don't either, I went inside, working at another shop one time early in the morning, starting the day off, and went out to turn on their TVs, and right across my foot, this big old snake just went across my feet. I guess it was a rainy day and it come in through their tin building or something. I almost come unglued, and I'm usually not scared of snakes. It's spiders that I'm scared of, not snakes. It's just, man, it's like, oh, you gotta start weed eating around the building or something. I thought I've seen it all. I've seen squirrels get in the place. We left the door open in one shop one time. A grackle just walk in, strut around, walk around the shop, and then strut right back out, not bothering anybody, which that's cool. But if you go off in some storage area and all of a sudden you hear some hissing, and there's a big old mean possum that got on your building somehow, that ain't nothing happy for you or the possum. So we try to secure our area, and it happens sometimes, strangest things. I've seen people come in, and all of a sudden I've seen two types. One time I had a guy at a place, and all of a sudden he pulled out this pocket monkey. He had this little monkey in his shirt pocket, came out, and he just let it run up and down the counter at this shop, which was cool. I guess it was a way he tried to talk to all the jewelry ladies. But then I was at another company where this guy had a little bigger monkey, and it went running around, jumping up on his wooden indent, doing all kind of stuff to it. That man didn't like that at all. He said he could have asked because he was trying to spray stuff all over, Germ-X the place. This was way back before the COVID days, having little monkeys running the shop. At least ask people's permission. I mean, I've seen parrots and birds, and they're usually pretty tame, stay on their shoulders, or sugar gliders. You just be surprised at all the animals that people just seem to just bring in with them as their pets. I mean, it's cool as long as you're not going to have something attack people. I mean, we prefer don't ever try to bring a dog in, because I mean, you bite somebody if you don't have it on a leash or something, then they're going to try to hold us responsible too, and we don't want our customers hurt. I mean, we don't mind a guide dog for someone who needs it, but I mean, at least have it on a leash where it's not going to hurt somebody or be controlled. So I mean, I've seen probably quite a bit of different types of crazy animals come through the place, and I think those were some of those more surprises is the only thing that's ever really scared me at a pawn shop. I mean, besides a bicycle tire, someone was over inflating. Nothing's worse than a big bang inside of a pawn shop, because that's just paranoia for people who don't know that there really just are safe places to be. That everybody's there secured, and it's just not as bad as they try to predict in a lot of these movies. So I mean, keep coming with the questions, guys, and be sure to like and subscribe and write me more questions, and I'll be glad to answer for you, and I appreciate it. Until next time on Pawn Life, be good.